One of the projects that it's helping us on greatly is the fact that zip codes are a big part of the Postal Service, and everything that we investigate and audit, we refer to zip codes, and what we're able to do now is geocode our data. So rather than looking at the centroid of a zip code area, we're actually be able to get down to the level of the business address or the home address, and that's really helped us pinpoint better what we're looking for. I have to admit, early on, I thought GIS was just mapping. Really what it's done for our organization is it's helped people to really understand the meaning behind the data. When you use something like a map, people are very interested in it. It's easy to use. They see it. There's a recognition. And then to allow the data to come through the map, it really leads them into the data as opposed to hitting them up front with a lot of numbers and columns and rows and text that they may not be able to understand. So it's really helped people to understand the power behind data if it's presented in the right way, and GIS has been a great solution for us. The one thing that we're doing in financial fraud is trying to detect where people are using fuel cards where they shouldn't be. Postal Service transportation networks are very clearly delineated over a certain route, and a vendor may be able to purchase fuel a certain number of miles outside of that route. So when we put fuel purchase data and geocode that and throw it up on the map, it becomes very clear where fuel purchases are being made outside of those boundaries. And it may be fraud or it may be something else, but what it does is it throws that visualization out there where an investigator can look at it and say, you know, that looks a little bit odd, maybe I should look into that. One of the other areas is in the revenue side. The Postal Service can charge fees for their post office boxes depending on how close their competitors are to them. And so if it's a 5-mile radius, we're able to show on the map, you know, here are the post offices where you're maybe eligible to increase the fees that you're charging and increase the revenue overall. So those are a couple of examples of how we've been able to use GIS to help. Yeah, it really, it's a universal language, whether you're an executive, whether you're a frontline investigator, an auditor, or an analyst. Having that standard platform where you're able to look at the data from a strategic level, from a transactional level, you know, whatever it is that you're looking for, the map is a really easy interface. So you're presenting it in a way that's a little bit different, and what it's helped our executives to understand is we're making decisions now based on data and what's really happening as opposed to, you know, what my intuition or my gut or my experience is telling me. So it's been very useful.